UFC 307's upon us, and it's actually not a bad card. You know, go looking from top to bottom. This questionable. Um, but other than that, it's not terrible. This fight's gonna fucking wreck me. But every other fight, you know, it looks all right. It's a pretty decent card, especially for how I feel like short notice this was put together. I don't feel like there's a lot of preparation into this card. A lot of people accepting an altitude fight on short notice, so that may affect some of the picks I've made today. But that is what it is. Starting off with Court McGee taking on Tim Means. I'm pretty sure Court McGee trains at altitude, but I just feel like Tim Means is better. I feel like he'll be able to outbox him. I don't see a finish. I see a Tim Means winning 1 and 2. Court McGee maybe hurting Means in the third, winning the third, but it won't be enough. And I have Tim Means by unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board in this fight. Moving on, Carla Esparza versus Tisha Torres. Tisha Pennington. I remember as Tisha Torres, but Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. It's gonna be a close fight. Carla Esparza hasn't fought in 1 year and 11 months, basically 2 years, and Tisha Pennington hasn't won a fight since I think 2021, coming off 2 losses. Took a long break before coming back and then losing. So both fighters coming off a loss. Pennington's a lot more recent than Esparza's, but Esparza had had a better history compared to Tisha Pennington, whose fights were they weren't against the highest level when she lost, versus Carla Esparza fighting Wei Li. And the interesting thing about this fight is I have no idea who I think is going to win. I'm going to put down a Pennington split decision, however, and the Esparza split decision does not surprise me. I just think Tisha Pennington is a little faster and has more pop than Carla Esparza. But Esparza has that wrestling. But I think Tisha Pennington can use defensive grappling enough to stuff the takedowns of Esparza and win a split decision. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. Don't put money on this fight. That's all I'll say. And sure as shit, don't take my word for it if you're gonna do so. Moving on, Ryan Spann versus OSP. I gotta go Ryan Spann. I know Ryan Spann got knocked out by Bogdan. I don't remember his name. I fucking know. I know who I'm talking about. Guskov. Guskov. He got knocked out by Guskov. And he's fighting Oven St. Preux. The shell of Oven St. Preux is probably getting paid more than almost everybody on this card. And yeah, Ryan Spann, Oven St. Preux. I got Ryan Spann. Second round KO. I just feel like he's going to outbox Oven St. Preux for the first round, hurt him maybe a couple times, and then finish it off. Okay, that was weird. He's going to finish him in the second round, and then not much more to it. Oven St. Preux's old, and I feel like this will be the fight that sends Ovens into retirement. Moving on, Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Pereira. I got Cesar Almeida round 1 KO. I feel like he's going to go after it because he knows he doesn't have the gas tank after that Coppola fight. And I was going back and forth in this fight due to altitude and stamina issues, but I just think Cesar Almeida is going to get it done early. And if Cesar Almeida had a close fight with Coppola, if Coppola fought Pereira, it would be domination through and through. There would be no competitiveness to it. But yeah, quick and easy. Cesar Almeida round 1. I'm calling head kick. Round 1 head kick. Whether that knocks him out cold or stumbles him enough for ground and pound. Either way, I feel like a head kick's going to start it off and he's going to finish it either just off the head kick or with ground and pound. Yeah. Moving on, Alexander Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard. Ugh. No skill versus slightly less. Moving on, Austin Hubbard versus Alexander Hernandez. I got Alexander Hernandez via unanimous decision now. I know he has a gassing problem. This is at altitude, and Hubbard is training at altitude. But I just think Alexander Hernandez is better. I feel like he's more technical. He's got more skill. And he's got more skill to the point where the cardio won't matter as much. I feel like he'll be able to hurt Austin Hubbard and have him second-guessing everything he does by the end of round 1. And when he's hesitant like that, he'll be able to win round 1 easily. He is going to be gassed, but he'll get round 2 by making Hubbard hesitate. And once Hubbard realizes that Hernandez is so gassed, it's going to be too late. And he's going to get that. Alexander Hernandez is going to get the win by unanimous decision. 29-20, it's across the board. And yeah, I'm not much more to it. Moving on, Mariano Rodriguez versus Izam Lucindo. Alright, that's how you say that. I got Rodriguez by unanimous decision. I feel like she's just got the better resume. She's more of a name. I know who she is. She just lost to Andrade, who is questionably a woman. Well, I'll say that. But yeah, I feel like that loss doesn't affect her that much. I feel like she'll be able to get it done versus Lucindo. The reason I'm picking her mainly is because I don't know as much about Lucindo as I do about Rodriguez, and she has a better resume than Lucindo, and that's purely what this is based off. This is another one, man. If you're don't listen to me if you're betting. Don't take what I say into consideration. All not that you would anyway, but yeah, and when I'm looking at Mariano Rodriguez's resume, she's lost to Andrade, Jandaroba, Lemos, but then she's beaten Waterson Gomez twice. She beat Yan Xiaonan, Mackenzie Dern, Teach Pennington, who's on the card. And when I'm looking at Lucindo, she won she's 3-1 in the UFC. She beat Carolina Colwade. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. And Polyana Vienna. But I got Rodriguez by decision. I feel like she just has more experience. Moving on to fights that I actually know shit about. Let's go. Stephen Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. I'm going Joaquin Buckley, 30-26 or 30-25 decision. It's going to be very similar to that Bilal fight, except Buckley can strike better. Buckley's not going to want to strike, though. Round 1. I can tell you how this fight's going to play out. Round 1. Within the first 30-ish seconds, Joaquin Buckley shooting a takedown, getting Wonderboy down, holding him down with some ground and pound, enough for a 10-8. That's round 1. Round 2 is going to come out. Stephen Thompson, he's going to hold back those hands a little bit. He's going to hold him back, allowing Buckley to look like he's going to outstrike Wonderboy, but that does not mean he's a better striker. I just think Wonderboy is going to be worried about the threat of that takedown. And at about 2 minutes into this round, Joaquin's going to get another takedown and hold him up against the fence. I don't think he's going to secure this one. He's going to hold him against the fence for about a minute and a half, trying to get this takedown. Wonderboy's just going to be fighting off, doing little like wrist punches pretty much to Buckley's head. And they're going to separate last 30 seconds. Wonderboy's going to open up a little bit, hit Joaquin with a couple good strikes, but the amount of control that Joaquin has and the start to the round, Joaquin's going to get the round. It's going to be 20-17 going into round 3. And I feel like Joaquin's just going to surprise Wonderboy, and about a minute in, shoot a takedown, lay on top of him, ground and pound, elbows, and just control him on the ground. And he's going to get the victory over Wonderboy Thompson, 30-26 or 30-25, depending on how dominant that round 3 ground and pound is from him. Moving on to the main card, we got Caitlin Vieira versus Kayla Harrison. I'm going to go with Kayla Harrison. No surprise there. It's just how. I don't know. It's at elevation. So this low-key could be a fight where we see Caitlin Vieira win if Kayla Harrison's muscles give out, because God knows she, in quotations, has a lot of muscle mass, and that requires a lot of oxygen to operate, and there's not as much oxygen at elevation in Salt Lake City. But I feel like she's just got the skill, and she's going to be able to dominate Caitlin Vieira no matter where the fight goes, well, on the ground. But it's going to be hard for her to submit Caitlin Vieira. I write down what I think is going to happen so I don't brain fart, but I have Harrison via round 1 submission, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a submission, because Caitlin Vieira's got good submission defense. I'm thinking maybe more a KO. Either way, I think it's going to be a finish, but I'm going to stick with my original pick of a submission. And it's not going to be it's going to be a smother submission, like an arm triangle from the top, where it's not locked in all the way, but Kayla Harrison's so strong that the squeeze she gives from certain positions might just make Caitlin Vera tap from the pressure on her jaw. Same thing if it was a rear naked choke. Like, it's not going to be in, but the pressure on the jaw is going to be too much, and it's just going to be a reactionary tap. So, and I have that. I have it in round 1 here. I might push that to round 2. Nah, fuck it, round 1. I'm gonna stick with my gut. Round 1 submission for Harrison. Moving on, Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is actually going to be the worst fight to predict of my entire life. Both of them fight like they don't want to win, except Roman Dolidze, maybe because he did improve against Anthony Smith. But I don't want to live in a world where Roman Dolidze is getting better. He's very good on the ground, and he was striking better in his last fight against Anthony Smith. Kevin Holland has the skill. It's just, is he going to try? And I feel like he's going to try this fight. He was trash talking a little bit. I feel like he's going to try this fight. I have Kevin Holland via 29-28 decision, I'll say. I feel like 1 round Roman's going to get it to the ground. And Kevin Holland could hold his own on the ground, but I don't think he's as good as Roman Dolidze. So, yeah. 29-28 for Kevin Holland. Moving on, Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. I have Jose Aldo by decision. Mario Batista, why is he the underdog? Why is Jose Aldo the underdog? Mario Batista, the last time I remember, he might have fought since then, and I'm just like blocking it out. He had a very competitive and questionable fight against a 2-week notice Damon Blackshear. And that, he fought Ricky Simón and looked good, but Ricky Simón doesn't look good against anybody lately. I feel like this is an easy win for Jose Aldo. I don't know, maybe not as easy, but like it's not going to be that hard, I don't think. At least in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be like that hard. Jose Aldo, the leg kicks are just going to eat Mario Batista up. That's what I think this fight comes down to. I feel like something's stuck in my throat. Hold on a minute. And I don't have water. The leg kicks of Jose Aldo are just going to determine this fight. I really wish I had water. God damn it. And he's going to wear down Batista, and I feel like he's going to use body shots because of that elevation, and he's going to really tire up Batista. And he was using good grappling last time too. Jose Aldo still got it, even though he's older. And yeah, I think we got a 30-27 from Jose Aldo. I don't think we're not going to see any regression from the aging Aldo. And Mario Batista, I just haven't seen enough for me to want to pick him. Moving on to the co-main event everybody was dying to see. Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. And I got Raquel Pennington by unanimous decision. Juliana Pena throws punches walking forward with her eyes closed. And she beat Amanda Nunes and is getting a second title shot for nothing. She claims Amanda Nunes retired because she was scared of her after Amanda Nunes 30-25'd her. I do appreciate that she does trash talk a little bit, at least. Brings something to the table there. But I just think Raquel Pennington is going to outstrike and outgrapple her. I think she's better everywhere. I don't think there is a scenario or situation within a fight that Juliana Pena is better than Raquel Pennington, except a scrappy dogfight. But I don't think Raquel Pennington is going to let it get to that point. And I think this is an easy victory for her. I see little challenge, little resistance from Juliana Pena here. It's just not even going to be close. I can go pick up somebody off the street and train them for a week, and they would have crisper striking than Juliana Pena. I don't know who her coaches are, but she needs a refund. Because whoever taught her to strike like that needs to be fired and banned from the sport. Who runs forward like this? Look, nobody runs forward like this. It's ridiculous. And yeah. All right, moving on. Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. Pretty simple. Everybody talking about they have a feeling. Get the fuck out of here. Alex Pereira round 1 knockout. Khalil's good. Khalil is good. I will say that, but I don't think he's Alex Pereira level, and I don't think it's close. Nothing he has done has shown me. Look, I respect Khalil. I think he's a good guy. I like his story. I just don't think he is anywhere near the level of Alex Pereira. It's just not. It's not comparable. Alex Pereira's beaten Jamal Hill, Yuri twice, Adesanya, Strickland, and Khalil Rountree has beat Anthony Smith. While he got knocked out by Johnny Walker. He should have gotten the loss for the Dustin Jacoby fight. You're getting outstruck and out technique by Dustin Jacoby. What's Alex Pereira going to do to you? And I think Alex Pereira is just going to catch him. I really do. I mean, Khalil, there's always that chance he knocks Alex out. And that would be shocking. And I would be surprised. But I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not discrediting the power of Khalil Rountree, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to set it up. I think he is faster than Alex. He's faster than most of Alex's opponents, but I feel like Alex is tall enough. And who has the reach here? It's gonna tell me who's got the reach. Yeah, I mean it's a narrow reach advantage, but I feel like it's enough where Alex can keep him at bay. And yeah, that's my reasoning. So yeah, Alex Pereira in round 1 knockout, probably a left hook. I have to assume a left hook. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I will try to get more videos out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.